It's a beautiful and once again windy spring day in Washington, D.C. for week 2 of UFA action. The D.C. Breeze were left stunned on their home field a week ago as the windy conditions and ghosts of last year's championship weekend haunted their thoughts. That leaves them with an all-important matchup in Game 2, hosting the recharged Toronto Rush. Come on in, take your shoes off, and say wow, folks. I'm Tyler Byram, and this is the coach, Will Smolinski. All the questions for this matchup are on the away team, Toronto, coming in with a bunch of European imports. The big question for them with all this talent, can, after years of being out of the playoffs, they get back to championship form?
Yeah, franchise-wise, they're incredible. 95-39 with the regular season record, but the problem is the last 37 of those losses were in the last couple years since 2018.
For DC, this is their second game of the season. They had a heartbreaker in Game 1, lost to Philadelphia. Part of the reason why they lost, head coach Lauren Boyle said it was because they tried to attack downfield too much. That's part of their game plan this year, but they went a little bit too far, Will.
Yeah, and the similar issue to their Week 1 loss last year down in Salt Lake. Similar problem. We'll see what solutions they come up with.
Owen Robinson waiting for the around. Good defense on the mark by DC. High stall. Here's a scooper, and then left open there in the back corner for the Rush is Ty Barbieri.
That's indicative of what happened last week with DC's defense. They're getting
not too many cuts for DC downfield. Shurik inside to Edmonds. One more, and Tymon has the goal.
DC staying real spread out in the end zone, and you can see them really trying to open.
Mark Gallant gotten open on a few unders so far. Barbieri shoot down the line. Can Stonehouse tow it? And a great D by Alexander Fall.
He had almost one on Greg Martin last week. Not quite like that, a little more of a jump ball, but that's the kind of.
Lots of bodies around the disc here for Toronto. Not giving anything on that front cone, and that continuation throw is money there from Monroe to McDonald.
Great. And you don't want to use a timeout here. You already used one, it worked. So this is the time where you want to give them a chance to cook a little bit.
Over the top, and towing the back line is Jace Dean for the goal.
And finding space and doing a good job of spreading out the way that DC likes to play.
Some cities are driving distance away from each other. Oh, a scooper over the top, tracked down. Big wind up, and the huck is on, and out shooting everybody. There's the Latvian. Arvis Parkland's just short. Looking for help. Got to get used to that new stall count. Finds Connor McHale for the reset. It's the defense playing offense here. Over into the far corner, Tom Blasman to his Belgian Mooncatchers teammate Arvis Carkins.
And you can see the wind blowing the trees back there. That shot, that deep shot that was,
We both know AJ pretty well. That's going to be one of the matchups that AJ, he's heard the chatter. Oh, and snatched away. A quick burst by Schaefer.
Right in that space and really using it.
Ball just walking it straight up, and Toronto's defense gave up there as Rafus gets the goal.
And fast pace coming through.
Mike McKenzie, unmarked. Thought about winding up, swung it over to McHale. 31-year-old from Great Britain, who the coaching staff met in person for the first time 20 minutes before they showed up for the game. Mike McKenzie gets the goal, and Toronto, after a long point, gets the hold.
And a nice little hammer over the top there. But it is different. Not having Johnny Mulks here, talking to the players, they talk about how much of a problem he's solving in the backfield.
Oh, what about that quick release by Gus Norbaum to get it to Tyler Monroe?
Yeah, who's just standing in the front of the end zone up at an angle where you're going to create that contact. That's a clear foul.
It's now Rowan about 10 yards away. Coin slot to box it.
And I think also one of the dangers when you start spreading out your defensive players, you need to trust that they're not going to put.
As all the players went off the field, and then after 30 minutes was up, they had to re-warm up before we got this game going. Deep shot once again here for the Rush. Bodies are there for DC, and what a snag! Barbieri knocked out Luke Rafus in the process, but Barbieri goes to the top rope and pulls it down. James Lewis trying to give and go on the force side. Tight throw to Luke Kamire, and here comes the hammer from Kamire, and crossfield, easy money there
And find some sort of solution for those that allows the defensive player to make a play.
Yeah, and then they leave Graham Turner open over there, but that's going to be taken away. Excuse me, that was Thomas Edmonds.
On a real tough.
Edmonds waiting. Oh, and a tight inside throw taken away by Phil Turner.
And using that space that they're giving to kind of.
Was taken by Jacques Nissen. It was a great chance for the second break of the game for the Rush, and instead DC converts it. And here comes Karkland. You can see that closing speed, and he just had a teammate there ready for it instead. Gallant in the right spot at the right time, playing the trash man role. The end zone doesn't get it. Turner did a spin move to get open underneath, but Nissen was already looking dumb. Sure. So good in short spaces, breaks the mark, throws the assist. McDonald gets the goal. High stall count. Gallant just has to throw it to space. Nicely done to give Kamire a chance to shoot. To the big man, Lewis. Went up to the top floor and pulls it down.
Nice put and great play. You can see A.J. Merriman has to make.
Edmonds going backwards.
Now if they can keep it coming to the side, or at least threaten it, they're going to open up a lot of space.
Tight throw, Boxley pulls it down, and he leads Edmonds to the end zone. A hold for the Breeze.
And that's asking a lot. Toronto's asking a lot on the defenders to be able, if they're going to.
The front of their stack. Not much happening downfield, especially in a short space, but here comes a slash. Nicely timed, can they get it? Kevin Healy comes on in and smacks that one into the softball field at Carlini Field.
And using his.
The reset here to Nissen. He winds up for a short throw. 1 second, he has to send it. It's clean, and that one I think might be over everybody. No, it's knocked away. Now the throw to Cartlands. Good shutdown defense by Fall, but that third stutter step finally got number one.
And a big break for Toronto. I mean,
James Lewis to Gallant, and Gallant going deep. Here's the matchup, Merriman, Carklands, and Carklands! Yes, sir! Welcome to the UFA.
Wow, what a weapon. I mean, that's AJ Merriman out there. You know, that's DC's best defender, one of the best in the air field, which is when DC has looked the smoothest.
And off the whistle, Nissen sending it to Jurek, and Jurek just shy of the line, lets it go in towards his chest. And Boxley rewards him for the effort.
Little no step backhand there. Just
Carklands gets the under. The contest there by Merriman, and Carklands seeing the height advantage down the field, and Wilkie Lewis with a great box out on Isaac Lee.
And what a dime. I mean, that is exactly where it needs to be. And the matchup.
Clevin Wang. Segel pops up, but McHale was there, and we have a tie ball game in the district.
And despite some excellent defense from Cole Jurek to the sideline, because nobody's cutting.
Oh, and a D there on the inside throw. Oh, and there's contact. Owen Robinson, and I think after being cut from the Canadian World Games roster. Back at it here. Here's McHale, and McHale, the scooper was blocked by Merriman. There's the shot downfield, and no one covering Isaac Lee. Not a guy that typically streaks deep. Oh, and what a play! Matched by Kevin Healy!
That was incredible. Oh my goodness. I mean, seconds are as good as first, I guess. Great defensive play. I mean, way to stick with it. Way to get it past the disc and just get your hand up there. Here's the.
Once up to Stonehouse. Carklands waits it to drop in. Blasman winds up for the big backhand. He has a man downfield. That is McKenzie, and McKenzie, with a collision from the back, is able to hold on. And Lamberty is a little lucky there that nothing came out of that.
Yeah, I mean, he so far behind here.
Some of these Toronto Rush players are gassed.
And keep moving it. I mean, they got 84 seconds left on the clock here. And, you know, they can play that. DC can play this game all night. They're already up 2 breaks, right? They don't need to punch it in right away.
And Norbaum does punch it in to Graham Turner. Second goal of the game for Turner. There's 1, there's 2, 3. Rush is not there defensively. 4.
But they are selling out. I love to see this from Toronto. Just
And now they're
sell
going
out on the
backwards.
disc.
There we go, that should be it. Gus Norbaum catches it with 5 seconds left. There's going to be no stall count because the clock will run out. And despite DC going up by 4 and the Rush making a big run to get back into it, this time the Breeze are able to hold on and get their first victory of the season.